If the word advertising makes your eye twitch as a small business owner because you feel like all of the advertising options out there come with a hefty price tag, well, I'm about to make your day, because in this video, I'm going to share with you a few ways that you can promote your small business without a big marketing budget. And yes, that means that most of the recommendations that I make in this video are free. All it takes is a little creativity. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Dress up your physical and digital real estate. Congratulations, small business owner. In 2024, you own real estate. If you are a brick and mortar store, then obviously you have physical real estate. And if you're a business owner that has your own website, or you're using social media to promote your small business, well, then you own digital real estate. And regardless of if you own one or both, you need to be taking full advantage of all of the real estate that you have available to you. This means if you're a brick and mortar business, you need to assess and evaluate and find ways to draw attention to your physical location. You can do this either through yard signs, banners, flags, or even decorating your display window. And if you don't happen to have a physical store location, then go in and look at the virtual real estate that you have available. Are you leveraging that to its full capacity? So if you are active on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, or even Pinterest, are you uploading images or information on the real estate that they give you with each one of the profiles that lets people know exactly what products and services you sell? For example, on Facebook, are you using that Facebook cover photo and changing up the images maybe once every 3 months, so that way you can spotlight particular products or services? Or maybe you just want to keep the messaging simple and share your mission statement. Also, don't forget to optimize the bio sections in every single one of those platforms, especially now because they're getting much better of doing the SEO within their own platforms. Target specific neighborhoods. There are a few different ways to go about this, but some neighborhoods have what you call a homeowners association, also known as an HOA. Now, these HOAs utilize monthly newsletters, typically, whether they be digital or printed, to get important information out there or just keep people current on events and things that are happening within the neighborhood. And some of these HOAs will actually allow you as a small business owner to pay to place an ad in the newsletter. And they do this because it's a way for them to offset the cost of printing if it's printed, or it's another way for them to actually bring additional revenue into the HOA. My recommendation, if you're interested in trying this out, is to actually pick specific neighborhoods that make sense for your small business to target, and then go online and do the research, find the point of contact for that particular HOA, email them or call them up and just ask them if there's an opportunity for you to place an ad within any of their community newsletters. Or you can also ask them if there are any events that are targeted at the neighborhood that you could potentially participate in. For example, some neighborhoods will actually plan spring festivals or parades, or even do food truck rodeo days on a particular day of the week. Another idea that requires a little driving but is super effective when you're trying to target specific geographic areas is to go out and visit local businesses within that geographic area that may have community boards within the business that allow you to leave business cards or to actually post flyers or brochures. If you've ever been inside a Starbucks, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. They have a cork board somewhere towards the entrance, near the door usually, that people can go in there and pin flyers or pin business cards if they are serving that local community. Now, they're not the only ones that do this. A lot of the local mom and pop coffee shops also do this as a way of just spreading information about what's there locally in the area. I do recommend that before you place any of your brochures or pin your business card to that board or your flyer, that you do just kind of check in with the staff and team members that are on location, so that way you know that they're agreeable to it. Find collaboration opportunities. With the amount of content that people are consuming these days, there is likely somebody out there that is already tapping into your target audience, the people that would be ideal for buying your product and service. So my recommendation is for you to scope out podcast, YouTube channels, creators who are targeting and have access to that community that you want to get in front of, and be proactive and pitch to them the idea of you guest appearing on one of their platforms. Goes without saying, though, that you need to be able to provide value to their community. So before you present this idea to them, before you email them or reach out in a DM on Instagram, you want to do your research and you want to be able to pitch them a topic that is going to be relevant to their target audience, and something that is going to be valuable enough that it's going to make for a really good interview on their podcast or on their Facebook Live. This does require a little more effort, but think about it. You're asking to tap into something that they've already built up. So be sure that you're approaching them with a collaborative spirit and that you're as flexible as possible, and let them set some of the key terms on there, since you are asking to be front and center in front of their audience. But this is a great way to not have to spend any money to get exposure in front of a whole new audience. Content marketing. This is a long-term approach and can take time to build, but just like every other expert out there in their field, let's say Dr. Phil, Dr. Ruth, or even Judge Judy, they didn't just build up their authority overnight. It took them time and consistent messaging over the years to have people look at them and refer to them as experts in their field. So utilizing anything like LinkedIn articles, YouTube videos, Instagram Reels, or even blog posts can help to feed into and build your authority over time. The key here is that you don't want any of your marketing initiatives that fall under this content marketing umbrella to feel salesy or like a big ad. All right, so what you're essentially doing is you're finding opportunities and ways for you to share the wealth of information that you have on a particular subject matter with people that potentially will buy your products and services. And the reason you do this is because you're attempting to build a relationship with people that have never interacted with your business and have never bought a product or service from you. Because then when it comes to buying your product or service, you're not just going to be top of mind for them, but they're also going to feel so comfortable and confident in their decision to purchase from you that they're going to do it with ease. Leverage free PR. While this won't be something that you could do every single week, you should get in the habit of sharing your newsworthy information with your community news outlets. This includes your local newspapers, news stations, and even perhaps some business journals. What qualifies as newsworthy information? Well, it can be anything from hiring a very important role within your business. So let's say you have a new CEO or a vice president, or maybe even you hired a new manager. That could be something that you send into the local news station with a headshot of the person that you just hired and a little description of their background and what they're essentially going to be doing for your business. Or let's say you're expanding your store hours. So now you're going to be offering weekend hours, Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's something that could be newsworthy. Or if you're hosting a grand opening or hitting a milestone, let's say you have your 1-year anniversary or 5-year anniversary of being in business, all of this might be intriguing enough to your local newspaper that they actually do a write-up about it, and then that way you can leverage the free PR by sharing it on all of your social media platforms and even including it on your website. Now, if you want more information on how to get free PR, then you're going to want to watch this video that I've linked right up there. Attend networking events. I know this can be really intimidating for some people, but there is nothing better than actually rubbing elbows with people. And I know it seems a little old school, but It works. What it does is it allows you to bend somebody's ear for about 5 to 10 minutes at the very least and talk about your small business. There is nothing more appropriate to do at a networking event than to introduce your small business to somebody you're talking to. And most of the time, they'll ask you questions about what you do. So you're given full reign to promote and to talk shop. Business is all about relationships and who you know. And so going out to networking events allows you to just start building those long-term relationships that eventually could be mutually beneficial to both you and somebody you meet out there. Don't forget to take your business cards so that way you can exchange contact information if you deem it appropriate. And if you happen to be looking for more tips about how to network, we also have a video on that. Take advantage of free community events in your town or city. With a little creativity, this one can really pack a punch. What I recommend that you do is sit down and think about the community events that happen in your neighborhood or in your town. Take, for example, a Christmas parade. If every year it's tradition for them to block off Main Street and to have a parade that goes down, with people walking and throwing candy out, and your store happens to be down one of the roads that's near this big parade where everybody congregates, well, an idea would be to set a table up outside of your storefront and have candy canes that you give out for free, or perhaps hot chocolate for the children. Now, the key is to figure out a way to incorporate some promotional item onto whatever you're doing. So let's say you're giving out free hot chocolate. Then ideally you would want 2 vertical banners behind your table setup that list out your services or maybe has information about your small business. And that way it's a little more of an inconspicuous way for people to see exactly what you do. Let's say you're handing out candy canes. You could attach either a small business card or a small postcard to each one of the candy canes with a ribbon that has your information on it. That way the children are leaving with a sweet treat and also some information about your small business. Reach out to your current contacts. Don't neglect your subscriber base, email list, or your personal point of contacts. I get it with marketing. A lot of times we associate a lot of the initiatives with getting new people into our doors, but sometimes what we do is we forget to share the really important information about what's going on with our business or our products and services with the people that are already purchasing from us. So if you have an email list already, be sure that if you're launching new products, or let's say that you're extending service lines, that you're sending them information. They really should be the first people to know since they're already on your email list. You can leverage SMS or text to do this as well. And if you don't have any type of subscriber base, so let's say you don't have a big following and you don't have an email list that you can take advantage of, well, if you have personal contacts that you know are actively supporting your business, then be sure that you're keeping them in the loop too. So if you have a list of 15 other small business owners that you consistently stay in touch with, send them an email just to remind them, like, hey, I opened a second location, or by the way, did you know I now offer this service? It's always good just to keep people in the know, so that way if they happen to come across someone that needs your particular product or service, you'll be top of mind for them and they can easily refer them to you. All right, so out of the 8 recommendations that I made in this video for ways that you can promote your small business without a big marketing budget, which one of them did you like the most? Which one do you think you'll be able to actually integrate into your small business and try out? Let me know down in the comments below. And hey, if you're an SOB, small owned business, stick around and watch this next video right here.